What up, YouTube? This is the video about treatments and cures, or the comparison of treatments and cures, and stimulation and nourishment. Okay, so you got a person that in the morning they eat dead pig's ass, pasteurized juices, and like fried water and starch, what you call home fries or whatever. So the person that's eating those things is being stimulated. They're getting a false sense of energy, a rush, like a drug. So it is a drug. They are drugs. Those things I just listed. But they also drink milk from pasteurized milk or homogenized milk from a cow, which is just boiled plastic fat or pus or whatever, plastic, whatever. It's just not. It's glue basically drinking. But it stimulates your body. Your body's gonna, I guess, make do for whatever you throw in there. It's regardless. It's still like putting diesel in a gas engine. Putting these stimulants in your body like that. Like, if someone just, a better way to wake up in the morning would probably just drink water or drink hot water, spring water. Or maybe a little bit of fruit, maybe. But very light in the morning. Until around noon or later than that, because your body just was detoxifying all night, and you just don't want to throw something heavy on the body as soon as you wake up. You should have high energy immediately as soon as you wake up too. Like that second that you wake up, you should have high energy. But most people, I know that's not the case. So anyway, a person will eat these stimulants and say, I have energy in the morning because look, I got up, I ate my pasteurized apple juice or whatever, and they got the rush in the morning. But really, that's all it is. It's a rush. It's not a sustained energy level throughout the day. Like it's a drug that stimulated you and it made you feel as though you're being nourished. But then a couple hours later, you crash. That's why 5-hour energy is killing people with that. Like, because they know people like, oh, you ever get that midday feeling? Yeah, because everybody's crashing all day, and then stimulating with the coffee or whatever. It's stimulation. It's not sustained like nourishment, like energy. It's not that. And really the food that you're eating in the morning, you're not even getting energy from that food until 5, 6, 7 hours, at least hours later. You're not getting that energy. Like, it depends on how fat you are, things like that. But you're getting the fueling that you're working off of is the fuel from the things that you ate before that are now reached down here, and lower intestine and all that, and they're on their way out. Because you're getting, after you chew it to a liquid, and then eventually it turned into a vapor, and then you that electricity and the vapor is the energy for you, and then you pick that up in your digestive tract, and then you pass the matter, and then that organic matter or carbon basically is what it turns into, and then it will fertilize the soil, and then something else. It's just the chain of life, the carbon chain. Anyway, I would just say for anybody that has anything to say about veganism or anything like that, or what I'm saying in these videos, I would just say try it, because you really don't know anything until you try it. Like, you're truly speaking off of speculation and not experiencing it at all. You're just being a parrot. Like, okay, and all these people that follow books, by the way. So okay, you grow up, you're already conditioned to believe everything in these books is real. So you grow up and you just download it with garbage information. Like, okay, yeah, you read it in the books, and maybe one of your peers is like, oh, a cow jumped over the moon. And you're like, your senses tell you this is not possible in any way. There's no way that a cow jumped over the moon. And you know that in your core, but this book says that a cow jumped over the moon. And for a young person being conditioned, and the conditioning, that it didn't start there. It's just another part of the conditioning is these books that we're subjected to. So anyway, you get told that a cow jumps over the moon, and then 20 years later you get told that protein is a thing, or whatever. However many years later you get told that this is this and that is that. This is what causes cancer. This is that. But you don't truly know. Like, you just have been told that, or you read that, or you heard that. Whatever. It's just regurgitation. The person that you heard it from probably just regurgitated. They probably don't even know, in all likelihood. And no one's really doing field research. Everybody's doing it from armchair position. The research, no one's doing it from the position of the person that experiences it. Most people never experience proper veganism. I mean, 8 or 9 out of 10 vegans I run into do it wrong. And I mean, I'm sorry for the vegans that I offend, but I mean, really, if you're eating soy and starch and glutens, I mean, I just don't look at you the same as someone who's not. Like, I don't know, it's just, I mean, you have your classification and it's a hell of a lot better than eating dead animals. That's the truth, but, you got a long way to go still. And I mean, it just comes from experience, If you experience it, you'll know in due time that you have to get certain things out of your diet. Some people just neglect these things. Again, they stimulate or suppress symptoms. Like, you get treatment to stop a headache or to stop your nose from running, but really, like, you're treating the symptoms. Like, okay, so like, you have a headache, you might be dehydrated or whatever. So you take something to stop that headache. A headache is an alarm going off in your body saying, something's wrong. You need to do something. You need to change something here. But you're suppressing the alarm instead of actually curing or solving the problem. You're just treating the symptoms. That's what, I mean, even the commercials for these, drug manufacturers, they say it's treatment. They don't say they're curing anything for you. They just treat it, stimulating you. It's not actual like cures. It's not beneficial to the body. It's just they treat you until your body heals itself. Then they say, oh, it was the treatment. No, your body healed you. And the treatment just stimulated you and made you feel better. But your body does all the healing. So then you get older and you keep eating garbage and everything, just slowing down, digestion, everything, and you're just so backed up that your body can no longer heal itself, and then you get treated to death, basically. So most people will be parrots and say, we've made strides in medical science or whatever, but they don't even have cures for common cold or anything. So, why should their word be authority? And anybody that's trying to quit or trying to start or whatever, you should start by incorporating the foods that I've listed in my other videos, like quinoa and such, and spring water and things like that. But you should incorporate, a gallon of spring water a day, or drop beef. Start by doing that. Drop beef today, or drop dairy today. Just do it, experience it, or you can keep being told what to do and keep being led around like cattle. So make your choice. So just incorporate the foods, or tell your loved ones, to try the foods, So everything starts with you. Yeah, like if you want to change anything, you got to change you first. So change you, and then you can change your family. Because once they see you've made a firm decision, they're gonna understand, like, okay, this is something he's doing. This is him as an individual. Maybe I should pay attention. Yeah, like people should pay attention to babies and children a lot more because they have higher energy and they're really more in tune, really, because they're not as damaged yet. But people neglect them and act like they're just kids and don't know anything and just condition them to believe the same. So anyway, everything starts with you. You want to change you, man. Just make that step today, man. Whatever step it is, and acknowledge the small victories, man. Really, seriously, acknowledge those, but don't get too satisfied with them. That's really about it, man. And really, it's your reality. Like you can believe there's no cure for cancer, no cure for any of these things, and that people are naturally just bad and have wars and poverty and these things, or you can use your own senses and look for the answers inside of you, because that's where all the answers are. They teach us to outsource all the answers and look for other, the answers in other people or other sources when they're always inside. They're always in you. What one gorilla knows, all gorillas know. So just examine yourself and and your own experiences. So just use your senses. Don't listen to the other voices in your head, the conditioning. So own your own opinion. That's really all I gotta say. Own your own opinion and give it a shot, man. Or you can just keep killing yourself. There's no other way of life. Like really, veganism is the only way of life. All other ways of life are ways of death. Really, you should live until you die. You shouldn't kill yourself and have a suffering death, arthritic pains, and things of that sort. You shouldn't have those problems. You shouldn't have high blood pressure. You shouldn't be going blind. You shouldn't be dying bent over. Like that's all due to what you consumed in your lifestyle. And it's drugs, really. People just they eat sanctioned drugs. Like they'll eat sugar and say, okay, it's legal, so I'm gonna eat it. But your body doesn't know the difference between legal and illegal. It's, you know, it's damage, regardless. It doesn't matter. So yeah, own your own opinion. And everybody that asked the protein question, I just beg of them, please just tell me how many electrons per atom does protein contain. That's really about it. Just how many electrons per atom does it contain, you know, and can you find it on the atomic scale? Because if not, then it's just a carbon molecule that has a particular job, and protein is just a word to label a particular carbon molecule. But yeah, it's really a loose term, and yeah.